Today in our video you will see the continuation of the top of the most gigantic and incredible nests, the existence of which you did not even suspect. Weaver birds are amazing creatures. Despite their small size, they create homes for colonies of up to 100 families. These nests can last for centuries. In the dry savannas of South Africa, you can see structures resembling haystacks on poles and trees. These nests can last for centuries, and some have been in use for over 100 years. In the dry grassy savannas of South Africa, especially in the southwestern part, you can see unusual structures that look like haystacks, hanging on poles and trees. These are the collective nests of weaver birds, which prefer to live together, creating huge communal apartments. Each family builds its own little nest, which then connects with the neighboring ones, forming a single structure. Under one roof, you can sometimes find hundreds of individual nests, and sometimes other bird species, like rosy-faced lovebirds and budgerigars, take shelter there. The diameter of these giant structures reaches 23 feet, and each individual chamber is between 4 and 6 inches in size. The entrance holes are located at the bottom and lead to groups of nests where the birds raise their young in the summer and where many weavers gather together for warmth in the winter. Collective nests help maintain a comfortable temperature due to the dense structure of the walls and roofs, which creates a thermos effect. These bird megacities are easily spotted from a distance, but their residents feel safe thanks to the large number of neighbors. Predators find it tough to sneak into such a colony. Sometimes, a tree can't handle the weight of the massive nest, and it falls to the ground. Predators find it tough to sneak into such a colony. Sometimes the tree cannot bear the weight of the huge nest, and it falls to the ground. But the hard-working weavers quickly rebuild their lost home, finding a new spot to construct it. The bald eagle is one of the largest birds of prey in North America, known for its powerful build and impressive wingspan, which can reach up to 6.5 feet. Besides their physical strength, these birds are famous for building enormous nests. The average size of a bald eagle's nest is about 5 feet wide and between 1.5 to 4 feet deep. The weight of these structures usually hovers around 992 pounds. These massive structures need a solid foundation, so eagles choose mature trees, most often white pines or poplars. Sometimes they also settle in aspens, spruces, or oaks. In some cases, especially in the western regions of the U.S., eagles build their nests in rock crevices or on elevated spots, ensuring privacy and safety. Building a nest is a family affair. Bald eagles form lifelong pairs, and both birds take part in building their home. The female gathers materials, but the male also actively helps out. Since both partners live in the nest, it makes sense that each one contributes. In addition, the male provides food for the female, especially during the egg-laying period, as he is considered the better hunter. If the nest isn't destroyed or abandoned, eagles can use it for many years. For example, one of the oldest recorded nests in the state of Ohio, USA, has been home to eagle pairs for 34 years. Interesting point. Why do eagles bring fresh green branches to their nests? Scientists still haven't come to a consensus. It's possible that the green vegetation keeps insects away, which is important for keeping the nest clean. There's also a theory that this is how the birds mark their territory, letting others know that the spot is taken. The third hypothesis suggests that it serves as camouflage. The Australian bush turkey is a unique medium-sized ground bird that is found exclusively in Australia. Its fame is linked to the creation of astonishing incubation mounds made up of fallen leaves, soil, and sand. The process of decomposing organic matter in this mound generates the heat needed for successful egg incubation. The largest bush turkey nest ever discovered was found in Australia. It was astonishing in its size. The height was 14 feet 7 inches, the width was 34.5 feet, and the total volume of material reached over 88,000 cubic feet. The weight of this structure was simply incredible, 302,000 pounds. It was built with astonishing precision, serving as protection and shelter for the eggs and chicks from predators and harsh environmental conditions. Moreover, this structure played a key role in the nutrient recycling process. Nature has gifted these birds with the ability to create truly monumental structures, which is genuinely awe-inspiring. However, residents in areas where bush turkeys live can find it inconvenient when these birds start digging up their gardens in search of a suitable spot to build a nest. Golden eagles are some of the most impressive representatives of the bird world. These powerful and swift predators have a wingspan of up to 6.5 feet, making them true masters of the sky. Golden eagles are monogamous and choose a partner for life. Even in their harsh life, they find moments for romance, playing tag, displaying strength, and performing aerial dances, locking talons and soaring together. Protecting the territory requires constant attention. But even in this harsh rhythm of life, there are moments for romantic interaction. They play tag, show off their strength, and perform aerial dances when golden eagles lock their talons and soar together. The golden eagle's nest is usually located in a fork in a tree trunk or on strong side branches, less often in rock niches or on ledges. In areas with few trees, these birds can set up their nests on artificial structures, like geodesic towers or power line poles. For easy access to the nest, it's important to have open space on at least one side. On average, the size of the nest is about 5 feet wide and 3 feet 3 inches tall, but there are also much larger examples. For easy access to the nest, it's important to have open space on at least one side. On average, the size of the nest is about 5 feet wide and 3 feet 3 inches tall, but there are also much larger examples. The largest known golden eagle nest reached a height of 19 feet 7 inches and a width of 9 feet 8 inches. It's built from thick branches, and the inside is lined with grass, lichens, thin twigs, and moss. The cockatoo is an unusual representative of Australian fauna, famous for its unique mating ritual. This large sparrow-like species shows quite traditional behavior when it comes to choosing a partner. Male cockatoos build intricate structures out of twigs, decorating them with bright elements like shells, flowers, and pebbles. They collect these items in small piles, and the choice of colors often depends on the tastes of a particular female. Females visit the nests of several candidates before choosing one. It's not uncommon for the most skilled decorator to receive multiple offers at once. These unique love huts can reach up to 5 feet in height and diameter, making them quite impressive structures. Stork nests are made of branches and grass, over 9 feet deep and 6.5 feet wide. These birds symbolize new life and birth. Smaller birds, like starlings and sparrows, nest in the gaps. These birds, known for their long necks, long legs, and large beaks, have always been associated with new life, making their nests symbolic places for the birth of a new generation. The size of stork nests is so large that smaller birds, like starlings and sparrows, find shelter in them, weaving their own nests in the gaps between the branches. The nest of a corn crake is a unique structure, resembling a mound built over a fairly deep pit. The base of this mound is made up of plant debris soaked in rainwater. The male is responsible for building the nest. First, he digs a hole, and then he brings in various plants to shape it into a mound. It can take up to 11 months to create this structure. In the end, a mound of leaves, branches, and sand forms, standing about 3 feet 3 inches tall and 13 feet in diameter. When the fermentation process inside the natural incubator raises the temperature to 91 degrees Fahrenheit, the female starts laying eggs. In one clutch, she lays about 35 eggs. Then the female leaves the nest, and the male keeps an eye on maintaining the optimal temperature by adjusting the amount of building material covering the eggs. This way, he ensures a stable temperature even with changes in weather conditions. The harpy eagle is a majestic creature with graceful and bold outlines. About the size of a small child, with a wingspan of up to 6.5 feet and large talons, this eagle makes a strong impression. Their nests match the size of the birds themselves. Harpy eagles use the same nest for many years, and it's so big that an adult person could easily fit inside. The average size of a nest is 4 feet high and 5 feet wide. Built from sticks and branches gathered from nearby trees, the nest is strong and reliable. The female carefully arranges the interior, using fur and soft plant materials to create a cozy space. Ospreys are large sea hawks with a wide geographic range. Like many other species of raptors, the osprey has a wingspan of up to 6 feet. They prefer to settle near freshwater lakes and rivers, building their nests in the forks of trees, on rocky ledges, or on man-made structures. Osprey nests are made from twigs, driftwood, and seaweed, and many are reused year after year, with some lasting more than 70 years. It may take several seasons for the nest to grow noticeably in size, but it may eventually reach a depth of 13 feet and a diameter of 6 feet. So if you ever want to feel like you're sitting in a real bird's nest, you'll have the opportunity. Trumpeter swans are the largest waterfowl in North America. Their length can reach up to 6 feet, and they weigh over 25 pounds. They nest in remote wetlands in Alaska, choosing nesting sites surrounded by water, like beaver lodges or floating mats of vegetation. They can reach lengths of up to 6 feet and weigh over 25 pounds. They nest in remote wetlands of Alaska, choosing nest sites surrounded by water, such as beaver lodges or floating plant mats. Trumpeter swans use aquatic plants to create a mound-shaped nest with a cup-like structure on top. Once the construction is complete, such a mound can reach up to 11 feet in diameter and 3 feet in height. Flamingo nests look like little mounds with flat tops. These structures are made from a mix of clay, mud, and shells. The average height of the nest is 2 feet, and its width is over 1.5 feet. Nest height varies with weather, lower in summer, higher in rain. The male builds the nest. In hot summers, the mounds are lower, while in rainy seasons, they tend to be higher. The responsibility for building the nest falls on the male, who carefully considers all the details. The base of the nest is made up of mud and clay, which the male carefully packs down with his feet. This makes the structure dense and stable. Montezuma's oropendolas are tropical birds that live in the coastal lowlands of the Caribbean Sea. They form colonies and weave nests from fibers and vines that hang from trees. Each nest can be up to 6 feet long, and a single colony can contain up to 150 nests. To deter predators, oropendolas often build their nests near aspen trees. Inside the colony, the dominant male mates with most of the females, while some subordinate males may look for a mate outside the main colony. The Eurasian nuthatch is the only bird of its family found outside of Africa. She's famous for her outstanding nest-building skills. The male starts off by creating a pouch-like base for the nest using plant fibers and soft seeds, attaching it to the branches of willows or birches. Then the female joins in, helping to finish the construction. These nests are particularly strong, which has caught people's attention. The Maasai people used them as bags, while in Europe, they were made into shoes for children. The Baya weaver, often called the king of the bird builders, amazes with its exceptional nest-building skills, which serve not only as a home but also as a way to attract mates. During the mating season, females carefully evaluate each male's nest, choosing the best one. Research shows that nest location is less important than the quality of its construction. The nest of the Baya weaver is an original sock-shaped nest with a central chamber and a vertical tube leading to a second entrance inside it. Long strips of rice leaves, grass, and palm fronds are used for building. To gather all the necessary materials, the male has to make up to 500 trips. After gathering, the labor-intensive process of creating a complex structure begins. Baya weavers are found on the Indian subcontinent and in Southeast Asia, moving in large flocks and showcasing mesmerizing aerial maneuvers. Salangan swifts are small birds found in Southeast Asia, known for their unusual nest-building method. Instead of traditional materials like twigs or grass, swifts use their own saliva. These nests are in high demand on the market and can cost around $2,500 each. Nests are built in colonies on cliffs, in caves, or even on buildings. They are made up of layers of hardened saliva, have a white translucent color, and contain various minerals like calcium, magnesium, and iron. Every living creature has its own shelter. Some have burrows, others treehouses. All provide warmth and safety. But regardless of form, all these dwellings perform one common function to provide warmth, comfort, and protection from natural disasters and predators. However, perhaps the most meticulous builders of homes are birds. And now, friends, I want to make you an interesting offer. You have a unique opportunity to become part of our team. If you have video editing skills, can voice videos in Russian, English, and other languages, or write interesting scripts, we will be glad to work with you. Message our Telegram bot. The link is in the description. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching.